What is up, Gorilla Nation? It is Relentless here, bringing you yet another Division 2 build video. If you happen to be new to the channel, or you're just enjoying the content, then please be sure to ground and pound that like and subscribe button. Also, reach up there, trigger the bell, and turn on post notifications, so that way you never miss a live stream or a video that is uploaded. Well, as you can tell by the thumbnail or the title, it's entitled, Do Not Get Lost in the Sauce. And what I'm meaning is, don't get caught up with the new shiny playthings such as the new talents, and more or less forget about just the basics, because the basics actually work just as well. And if you're not used to using these new talents, then just because you've seen somebody else use them doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work out the same for you. But, you know, as that second raid that is coming, you know, later, or I should say first of next year, or if you're still trying to complete the first raid, or to do solo heroics, things of that nature, because either your buddies or friends are not online, or, you know, you may not be in a clan, or you just may like forming by yourself. Well, this is basically just the basics. So as you can see, yes, it is 4 Heliguard, 1 Alps, 1 Fenris. Very, very easy. Excuse me. But the other way that I had was running 2-piece True Patriot, and what that 2-piece True Patriot does is this gives you 10% total armor added on to what I already have. And I believe it put my armor up to like 439 and around 80k health. So it just depends on what you want, but this is more than plenty enough to do whatever you wanted to do. And as you can see, you know, I can run the raid with 300 or less armor, so I know most definitely this will definitely have the survivability. But let's start with the weapons. 20.6k with the FAMAS with Sadist, deal 30% weapon damage to bleeding enemies after 3 kills, applies bleed to the next enemy you hit. With Allegro, while equipped, skills deployed at full armor have 25% duration charges and ammo. Now, if you don't have a FAMAS, or you do, but you prefer a different AR, well, I do have an AKM at 27.5, and I also am utilizing the Eagle at 25.3, but that is basically just for the holstered talent, Protected Fire. While holstered, gain 10% bonus armor while firing your current weapon. But also, if you have the Chatterbox, you can run the Chatterbox for the Blabbermouth talent, which is after kill, reload, and then you gain rate of fire. And if you do have a FAMAS, the RPM is already 990, so that is going to definitely up that fire rate over 1,000. But if you have potato aim like me, with all that rapid fire, you'll tend to miss more shots than you land. Well, that's just my experience anyways. And then the holster talent of the sidearm is Protected Reload. While equipped, this weapon grants 10% bonus armor while reloading. So essentially, while I'm shooting or while I'm reloading my FAMAS, then I'm always getting 10% proc up bonus armor. Now on to the gear. This is basically the easiest thing to come across, and we are utilizing the Bloodsucker. And Bloodsucker is depleting an enemy's armor, adds a stack of 25% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Max stack is 6 and requires 11 defensive Legos, and I have 12. Now I wish that the weapon damage on this chest piece was a little bit higher. Now let's say I wanted to go higher in damage but a little bit less in armor. As you can see, if I swap to this chest piece, it only has 20,785 armor, but I'm gaining 9.5% weapon damage just by utilizing this chest piece instead. So if you think that you're comfortable with like the 332k armor, then go with something like this. But you know, I have the worst luck when it comes to elite NPCs. They target me, man. They just look at me with those rape eyes and just like, I'm coming for you, Relentless. I want your booty. But anyways, moving on. 20.5% total armor, 5% weapon damage, 20,384 armor, and for having those 3 pieces of Heliguard, actually 4, 5% total armor, 20% hazard protection, and 15% pulse skill power. You don't necessarily need 4, but like I said, it is the basics and it is the easiest. And then in the mod slots, we have the 3% extra bleed damage, skill power. The defensive mod is 4635 armor, 3.5% total armor, 406 armor regen. And then yet another defensive mod slot with 4885 armor, 2.5% total armor, and 4419 health. On to the holster. 16% health, 570 skill power. And we have 2 offensive mod slots. It is one of the best in slots holsters, but it's basically the same as the True Patriot, and I'll show you. And, you know, it's just a difference of as far as the attributes, which is now that you can change for yourself, but it does offer 2 offensive mod slots. And let's say if I want to go with a little bit more skill power, which is, that'll bump me up considerably, and that I'll actually gain armor. So if you're more of like a skill build, or want more skills when it comes to things like the drone, the hive, then you can easily switch to a holster like this. 728 skill power, 20% skill haste, and also all Heligard holsters has that 2 offensive mod slots. Now on to the next, it is Heligard knee pads with 13.5% total armor, patience to help that extra survivability. Now there is another talent out there. It's called Composure. While in cover, grants 10% total damage, but it requires 11 or more offensive Legos. So if that's something that you would want to steer closer to, then you would need to just add 4 offensive Legos to a setup like this. But once again, that's, you know, typically getting lost in the sauce and just wanting to use something and having to rework a whole entire build just to include that one particular thing. So, case in point, don't get lost in the sauce. Because patience will prolong your survivability. Because after being in cover for 5 seconds, armor repairs by 5% every second. So after you're in cover 5 seconds, you get 5% armor back every second thereafter. And then it has 2 defensive mod slots. 46-35 armor, 3% protection from elites, and 2.5% total armor. 52-68 armor, 3% total protection from elites, and then 2.5% total armor. So Heligard is still one of the best brand sets in the game, just for those simple facts, especially when it comes to the holster and knee pads because of its mod slots, as well as the backpack. And this is just one, an older backpack. As you can see, I think I picked it up from a clan vendor. I had 18.5% total armor on it, gear score only 476, but it meets its purpose because I was able to put 9% weapon damage on it to get that little extra bang for my buck, and it already had 18.5% total armor on it, so it was good to go. I'm just not utilizing on the ropes and just basically utilizing the talent hardened on it. And then we have 2 more defensive mod slots. Or 1 utility and 1 defensive, my bad. With 7% reload speed, and then 44 skill power, and then 5107 armor, 3% total armor, then 1619 armor on kill. Now on to the Fenris Mask. 18,969 health, 50% damage to elites, plus the hard-hitting talent, which gives me another 25% damage to elites for a total of 75 on this particular mask. I do have ones that are higher, 54%, but I'm currently utilizing them on another build, the Negotiators build, my PvE. So that's why I didn't transfer it over, because I didn't want to destroy that good piece they already have. But with this 75, plus the attachments you have on your weapon, that would bring you up to 87% damage to elites, and you're good to go. I've completed the raid with, you know, a lot less. Now moving on, like I said, it just depends on your personal preference when it comes to skills. Also, when it comes to the specialization of your choice, it all depends on what's going to benefit you the most, what goes hand in hand with your playstyle, whether you're using things that go boom, that would be along the demolitionist side, but for things like lack in skill power, for a hive or extra healing or things of that nature, then the new technician, as you can see here, is what I went with. Because while deploying a skill, you get a bonus proc armor as well. Also, when a skill is destroyed, you get a bonus proc armor as well. So basically with this, no matter what skill you're using, you know, as far as, you can't destroy a chem launcher, but as far as, you know, drones, turrets, hives, things of that nature, once it's destroyed, you'll get that proc from armor. So I get armor when I'm shooting, when I'm reloading, when I'm deploying a skill, or when a skill is destroyed. So that all further increases my survivability. So it's pretty basic. It's nothing special. if you start out with a template like this, basically you just want to go with whatever chess piece talent that you want to. Look for one of those and then build around it according to your playstyle. Not according to somebody else's playstyle that just happens to be a content creator. Yeah, we're just here to give you ideas, but you may play, I know most of you play better than I do, but you know, if I can make things work with my potato aim, then I'm pretty sure anybody can do that as well. But I just wanted to bring that information. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Appreciate all the love and support. We are almost already halfway at 11K, and we just crossed over 10K just 2 days ago. Now we're at 10.4. The love and support is crazy. I appreciate you all, and we'll see you fudging later. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. I forgot to go over my character sheet. I almost started slipping. Apologies. So we'll start first with the FAMAS here. We're not utilizing a crit chance, crit damage, stability. We have 23.5% all weapon damage bonus and 50% going to our assault rifle for a total of 73.5%. Damage to elites, 88. Thought it would only be 87. There goes, shows that I am poor at math and as well as grammar. Then of course we have the 6% protection from elites and 20% hazard protection, blind, bleed, burn, confuse, disrupt. Not really a great amount, but you know, it is what it is, and at least 20% helps out more than 0. So almost slipped up, but that's my character sheet. But now, officially, we'll see you later.